Here on Garage419, we like to cover a wide range of topics in the automotive industry. We've slept in pit lane at the 24 Hours of Daytona. We've walked the 18th green at Pebble Beach, and we've even flown in the Goodyear blimp, which I might say was quite gangsta. We've even test-driven some new cars, one of which is the new Volvo C30 R design, which we'll show you later on in the show. One thing we haven't covered is the rally scene. I'm not talking about bull run or gumball here. I'm talking about driving fast in the woods rally scene. And the FIA-sanctioned World Rally Championship is the dominant rally series in the world, except the problem is the closest event that they do is in Mexico. And listen, if I'm going to Mexico, it ain't to watch cars race. You hear what I'm saying here? Rally America, though, has been growing very steadily, and there's always been kind of smaller local events held throughout the country, which I didn't know about until recently. The International Rally New York is one of these events. It's been growing in popularity the past few years. Earlier this month, we had a chance to take a ride in our C30 up to New York State to see exactly what we'd find. Take a look.
This episode of Garage419 is brought to you by Valvoline's automotive series Under the Hood with Brandon and the Frog. Watch for new episodes at brandonandthefrog.com.
Rally New York is a 360-mile rally with 93 miles of special loose asphalt stages. The rally passes through Talikoon, Walton, Warwirsing, Tompkins, and Narrowsburg. And if right now you're thinking that sounds like the absolute middle of nowhere, you would be right. But first, let me tell you what's up with our ride for the day, the Volvo C30 R design. Most of the time when you think of a Volvo, you think a family car.
The Volvo 760, the car for people whose means have changed, but whose values haven't.
A Volvo, in your mind, is not a sports car. So what do you say when Volvo comes out with what could really be called a hot hatch, like this C30 T5 R design? I happen to love the exterior styling of this car. I have never in my entire life driven a Volvo that random people would stop and compliment me on. And I've had this thing for 2 days now, and pretty much everywhere I go, someone gives me a thumbs up or asks about it or something. And it's because of all the Volvo designs, this one is the most kind of unique, individual, different, and it even has some retro future elements like the cutaway rear bumper with the liftgate glass like the P1800 from back in the day. The overall exterior shape is very aggressive. 17-inch wheels as part of the R design package, the different grille, and the body kit really give it a sporty feel, especially with those dual exhaust tips. Unfortunately, the dual exhaust tips don't really deliver because this car is as quiet as any other Volvo and really has no distinct exhaust note. I would love to hear a really nice exhaust in this thing. I bet it wouldn't sound too bad. I bet it would sound nice. As far as the interior styling goes, you get the front bucket seats that look really cool. Unfortunately, not quite as supportive as I'd like for a real sports car. You do kind of slide around in them a little bit when you take turns hard. On the other hand, the steering wheel is nice, thick rim, confidence-inspiring. The thin profile of the dash, along with the really unique design of these buttons and the radio and air conditioning controls. Additionally, the rear seats are full-on buckets. So you get a sporty feel even in the back, and headroom, because of the hatchback design, is not diminished in the back seat. I'm 6'2", and I have plenty of headroom. And then you've got your standard features that you want. You've got your automatic headlights, you've got your cruise control, and you've got all that stuff that you would expect. And this car actually, considering the styling, the respectable performance, the 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds, tops out at around 150 miles an hour. And you get all that for the mid to high $20,000 range, which puts it right in the price wheelhouse of, say, a Mini Cooper S or an Audi A3 or any of these other kind of sporty European hatchbacks. And how does it drive? Well, on the highway, it drives nicely. It tracks straight, and despite being front-wheel drive, you don't get a ton of torque steer unless you really have the wheel cranked hard over. With the traction control off, you can light the tires up. We did that, and that was fun. So why the hell am I driving this C30 in the middle of nowhere? Well, I have an answer for you. We are going to Rally New York. This is where rallying starts, at the grassroots level. Guys putting in their own money into their high-performance all-wheel drive cars and absolutely ripping their tires to shreds in the dirt. Stick around, let's watch some rally in action.
Frog and I had a bet, I lost, and this is payback. By losing this bet, you've given me an opportunity to teach people about cars using the most tried and true method of all, primal urge. It's all about not being a severe driver. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves. Sensitivity training.
You know, I demand a lot from my cars. I drive them on the highway, drive them on the racetrack. I even drive them in and out of New York City in the dead of winter with the top down. But I can do all that because I take care of my cars, you know, and if you take care of your car, it won't let you down. And sometimes, well, you gotta show your car a little love, just like Brandon the Frog do. Check out their latest episode of Under the Hood over at brandonandthefrog.com. While you're there, check out their last 3 car care episodes in their full-length glory. I'm gonna be there checking out their episodes, so I'll see you there. Now that we've found our spot, here's what it's like to watch Rally New York from the shoulder.
Seems like whenever anything good in my life happens, I'm just afraid I'm going to lose it.
Returning champions Seamus Burke and Eddie Freed won the championship for the second year running in their Mitsubishi Evo, while Seamus' son Joseph Burke finished second in his Subaru WRX. It was only the second time the younger Burke had ever rallied an all-wheel drive car, and in his first outing, he won the Black River Stage Rally in upstate New York. Celsius Donnelly and co-driver Barry Smythe have been running in second most of the day, putting down some very impressive drifts with their Mitsubishi Evo, but a blown head gasket and subsequent engine failure put them out of the running. In the two-wheel drive category, the husband and wife team of Christopher and Christine Marciniak took home the day and the championship. My own personal Biggest Nuts award goes to Michael Gillespie and Brian Kirby in their rear-wheel drive Ford Escort Mark II, which is not only the loudest but also the oldest car on the trail that day. Listen up, guys. I watch a lot of racing. I watch road racing, endurance racing, drag racing, horse racing. I even watch street racing. But after the end of the day, there's one thing I can conclude for certain and state it as absolute fact. These people are much, much, much braver than I am. I'm Matt Farah. You've been watching Garage419. See you next week.
He was way sideways. He was f***ing sideways.
This week on WePCTV.
How have computers changed the recording industry and your job?
The fact that people can make records on their own is huge. It's definitely opened up the possibilities.
WePCTV is brought to you by ASUS and Intel. You dream it, ASUS builds it, Intel inside it.